Welcome to today's meeting with Samantha Adingi. Samantha Adingi is an education consultant. She is the managing director of BNS Education, a study abroad agency in Nigeria. BNS Education helps students to get admissions and visas to study abroad. The agency has a good record of 100% visa success rate for UK. You can reach us on 08065442707. Thank you for joining us.
Okay.
Okay, so hello, everybody.
Hello. I'm seeing quite a number of people here. Hi.
Hi, hello. Let me give you. So, I can see we have somebody whose name is 94938969670. Hello.
Can you identify yourself?
So,
you came in with the phone number. We don't have your name. Yes, you waving there.
hello, what's your name? Okay, don't worry. Okay, so hello everybody. My name's Dom Greenfield from the University of Hull in England. And I'm just here to talk to you a little bit about what's happening in the UK, what's happening with our university, and also give you a little bit of a rundown about the University of Hull as well. I work with Samantha in Nigeria. I'm based in the UK, and I try and come to Nigeria 3 or 4 times a year to meet all the people and eat all the food. But this year, with the situation as it is, it's been quite tricky to come over. I did come over, I think, in March, Samantha, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When I last came over. Yeah.
Was it February?
February. Okay, it was February I last came over. So it's a long time since I've been there. But first off, let me just give you a little bit of an overview of what's happening in the UK at the moment.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Together. Yeah.
So basically, the UK was affected by COVID-19, and in March, there was a decision taken to enter lockdown, which meant that most schools, universities, shops, restaurants closed. And we as a university have been working from home. We have been confined to our own houses and families, and we've been able to go to shops but have to keep a 2-meter distance. It's very, very different to how we're used to living and working, but we're getting used to it now. And actually lockdown has been lifted now. So restaurants, shops, gyms and pools, cinemas, everything is slowly reopening now. So it's been about 4 months, but the cases of COVID-19 have reduced dramatically. We had a spike in, say, April, May, but it's all under control now. And the good news for us, as in Hull, is that because we're a smaller city, we had less of an outbreak than some of the larger metropolitan areas like Manchester, London and Birmingham. So we've been quite lucky. It's not unusual now to see people walking with face masks. In shops, it's not unusual for there to be one-way systems in place. The healthcare system has coped very, very well. We actually built 3 or 4 new hospitals, but we haven't actually needed them. We've had capacity to deal with all the cases we've had. So the basic sort of picture now is that life is returning slowly back to normal. So I think pretty much everything is reopened now. My children have been off school since March, and they will be returning in September. And actually this afternoon, after this meeting, I have some meetings at the school to meet their new teachers. So
Okay.
things are getting back to normal. And I hope things over in Nigeria are going well for you all and your families. And
Thank God.
That's where we are at the moment. Now, so that's a general situation in the UK. Now, all the people here, I guess you're looking to study in the UK, and I think you'll probably have a few questions about how COVID-19 will affect your studies, coming to the UK, things like that. So it's a very, very unique situation, and things change very quickly. But what I will do is give you the information we have at this moment in time, and we promise to keep you updated via Samantha of any changes which happen. So the government policy at the moment is that people coming into the UK will be looking to quarantine for 2 weeks on arrival. That's now, and this could change in the future. We are currently looking at how we operate that, but our plan at the moment is for all new students to arrive, and we would give 2 weeks free accommodation in halls of residence in which you can complete your quarantine. And that just means that you'll be able to go about your business, but you have to stay in your flat, which will be on campus. There's food provided, it's very safe, and there's a lot of support network around there, and the university is there to help as well. So that's one option. Now, this is 3 months away, 2 months away, sorry, before the course starts. So the situation may change and we may not need to quarantine. Already, there are a list of about 20 countries which the UK has said, there's no problem, we don't need to quarantine if you come from those countries. Wow. I expect that list to grow. Yeah, okay. Nigeria is not on the list at the moment, but I expect the list to grow, and we'll keep you updated on those.
That's good.
Okay.
Good to know.
Yeah. I think with the university itself has set up a number of work groups around COVID-19 to ensure that we can make sure that when you arrive in the UK, we have a safe method of transporting you from the airport to the university. We're currently planning that now, and we will send that information out via Samantha when we can, hopefully in the next 2 or 3 weeks. We will start to issue visas and CASs, sorry, I should say CAS, in the next week or two. Again, we'll wait for an exact date, but we will start to issue those now, and that will give you a chance to get visa. We plan to start all of our courses in September. Okay. We fully expect that not all of our students will be able to arrive, and even the students which will arrive, we would be expecting a number of courses or modules or classes to be conducted online in a blended learning approach, whereby there'll be some online teaching, some in-person teaching. Now, if you're not able to come to the university because of restrictions or other reasons, we are working on the basis at the moment that you will be able to complete most of the work online until the time you can arrive in the UK. Again, promise to do is to update you on these kinds of information as they become available to you. It's a very, very quickly moving situation, and it's a very unusual one, and it's made harder by the fact that we're working from home. Normally, as you know, in the university, you can meet people. You can meet people at the coffee shop or in lecture theatres or in offices. So it slows down the whole process.
Yeah.
But Samantha is very in close contact with me, and we WhatsApp every week, every day, and email. And if you have any questions, you can ask Samantha, and she can get you the answers. But we will also send out any information as and when it becomes available. I think on campus, when classes start, there will be protocols in place whereby There'll be protective screens in shops. There will be one-way systems in place. There'll be a measure of social distancing. So whereby in a lecture theatre, for example, I expect that you will not sit next to somebody. There will be person, then 1 or 2 spaces, next person. We'll be continually providing hand sanitizer. We'll be continually wiping down sides and things like this, and equipment. Okay. So I think at the moment, that's the situation in the UK and within our university. Many of the things which will affect you will also affect our home students, our UK students. So this is an issue which you can assure we are taking very, very seriously and trying to make sure that it's a safe environment for you to learn. So we've got to balance the health and safety of you and the staff and myself and your learning experience. So we're working very hard to get that balance just right at the moment. So Samantha, is there anything I haven't covered there?
I think you have covered most of it. We just want, I mean, a lot of students are just curious to know, okay, can we travel? When we travel, what's going to happen and all that? And you've covered most of it, you know. There will be quarantine for the first 2 weeks. And the good thing is that most universities, like University of Hull, you're going to make your hostels available for them to stay in for that quarantine period. And afterwards, they can come out and be free again. So,
exactly.
Yes, and the classrooms, there will be social distancing. Some lectures, I'm told, will be online. So it's more like blended learning for this term. Yeah. For this first term, it's going to be mostly blended learning. So some classes will be online and some you have to go to the classroom.
Yeah.
But even with that, there won't be any time that you have too many students in the class at the same time. So it's going to be a timetable basis when a group of students will come and then another group will come and all that. Yes. So, yes. So if you have any question, please, you can put it on the chat box and we'll try and answer that before we end this meeting. So I just want to go straight into my own presentation. I just want to put us through the processes that we need to put down before we go abroad to study. Now, prepare to study abroad. We're focusing on UK today. There's so many other, as you know, BNS Education, we work with institutions in different parts of the world. UK is my favorite, sorry to say, because it's close and it's just easier to process and all that. So we're going to focus on UK today. Another day we'll focus on another country. So today is going to be mainly UK. So for you as a student that you want to go and study abroad, you need to be able to choose your career path. You need to think of what you want to do, you know, as a career, what path do you want to follow? And then you need to choose the right institution that will actually prepare you for this path that you want to follow. Funding is very important. Studying abroad, whichever country, costs money. And you need to sort that out. Very, very important. Admission, of course, you need to have admission for you to go and study abroad. So you need to have required documents. You need to meet the university or the college requirements to gain admission into the institution. And of course, travel and accommodation, you need to have an idea. Okay, I want to go to the UK. How am I going to get there? What airline? How much does it cost? And all that. Accommodation, where am I going to be staying? You need to have all that sorted. You need to have all that sorted. It's not when you get there, you start thinking of accommodation. You need to sort that out here before you go. Visa, of course, is the main one. You can have every other thing, but visa will help you to transit. So let's take it one by one. Choosing a career. Now, I've worked with several students, and most of the students I've noticed they really don't have, they really don't know what they want to do. They just want to go to school. So, but it's very important. Can you all hear me? Dom, can you hear me?
I can hear you very well, okay, thank you.
Good. So every other person can hear me. So, so you need to know what you want to do. You can do some research. Very important that you do some research about the, you know, the hot courses, where you can easily get jobs. That's the hot jobs and opportunities available to stay back and work, because you can't, for instance, study just anything and you think you can, you know, get a job with it. You have to know the kind of skills they're looking for in the UK, for instance, so that you target that and then you're sure of getting a job when you graduate. IT is a hot course anyway. Anything IT related, computer related, software engineering, cyber security, things like that, you know, these are hot courses. Mechatronics is another hot course, automation, engineering, yes. Two, choose the right course to study. Yes, choosing the right course to study. Number three, maintain good grades. So it's very important you have good grades. You know, good grades will give you something good too. Volunteering and working as an intern. Now, you need to, while you're studying in the UK or wherever, you need to do some part-time work just for you to get some experience, you know. The schools, most universities offer work placement. So if you're going for an undergraduate program, for instance, you can do 2 years studies, work for 1 year, and then go into your final year. With that, you're able to build up skills in your area of study. And you put that on your CV, it gives you a better chance of getting a job. Okay? Now let's go to number two, choosing the right institutions. Now there's so many, about how many institutions? I know they're all over 100 in the UK. So Dom, I'm asking, how many institutions?
150.
150 thereabouts in the UK. So there's so many of them. You need to, you know, go on the sites and, you know, come to counselors like myself or consultants like myself and find out which institution is doing great in this, that, you know, I'll have the student satisfaction that all students want. You want to be in a school that you're celebrated, you know. You get the support that you need as a student, and the research and teaching quality is great. And your certification, you know, wherever you take it to is recognized. And, you know, some institutions actually have this, they add value, like while you're studying, you're also on a leadership program, kind of. So you graduate with 2 certificates, a certificate in whatever degree or course you studied, and then a leadership certificate as well. So the next one is funding. Now, funding is very critical. Studying abroad is not cheap. And you need to have a full understanding of the costs. Now, there's tuition fees and then there's living expenses. Sometimes people just ask me, how much will it cost? And I ask them, okay, is it the tuition you're asking about or is it the living expenses? Now, universities charge differently. Yes, there might be some that it's about the same, but some are higher and some are lower tuition fees. So you need to know how much the tuition fees is. Living expenses also depends on the area. Some places are cheaper, some places are more expensive to live in.
And Hull
Hull,
is
Hull,
very, very reasonable.
very, very reasonable. Yeah, very reasonable in the UK. You can live in all with a very minimal expenses. Now, you also need to sort out your source of funds, okay? So how are you going to fund yourself? Is it by saving? Okay. Now, you can't, for some people, it will be easy to gather maybe 10 million in a month or two, but some people, it will take you much longer. So you need to know how to work towards savings if you're sponsoring yourself. And if it's a family member that is sponsoring you, they need to know how much it will cost them as well. And you might just be fortunate to have the scholarship, okay? Now, scholarship, most scholarships, 99% scholarship are based on merit. So merits in terms of your grades have been fantastic. Maybe you're an A student or a first-class student, or you've done something incredible in your community, and you get scholarship for that. So and then the good thing is that the institutions too, like University of Hull, they give partial scholarship. So you get some fee deduction from your tuition.
This year will be £3,500 discount.
Yes.
For students, yes.
For students, okay. So for any student, undergraduate or postgraduate.
Yeah, there's for undergraduate arts-based students, it will be 3,000. Everything else is 3,500.
Okay. So if you're art students, 3,000. Then every other thing, sciences and all that, is 3,500 discounts on your tuition fees. So for instance, if your tuition fees is 14,000, for instance, you get 3,500 off that. So you pay 11,500. Okay.
10,500.
10,500. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so the budget. So you need to work with the budget, okay? You might approach a family and they say, oh, no, we can only afford 4 million per year to sponsor you. Then don't think of UK, think of somewhere else. And the good thing is that we work with institutions that will suit your budget in other parts of the country, the world. Admission and general requirements. Now, generally, these are the requirements for you to gain admission into an institution. Your WAEC, NECO, NAPTEP, or IGCSE. I know I've had these questions where PhD students will be asking me, do they really need to show their WAEC or NECO? I said, yes, it's a requirement. You have to show it. So,
and that's a requirement from the UK government rather than the university.
Yes.
We need to prove English language ability.
Yes, you need to prove English language, yes. So universities have to show that, the government wants to know that you can speak English. You've been taught in English, so when you come to the country, you can communicate with people, easily in English. They can understand what you're saying, you understand what they're saying, and your lecturers understand what you're saying, you understand what your lecturers are saying. So is that because of the communication thing? The government sorry, Dom, you are going to say something? I was going to say,
I think, one of the benefits of that is not so much that you would doubt your level of English, but I think for all international students, we need to ensure that people from other areas of the world have got the same level. So the last thing you want to do is to come over and be stuck in a class of people who can't speak English as well as you.
Exactly.
As Nigerians, because I know Nigeria is really good.
Yeah.
So this maintains a very high base level of quality for the UK education. I think
Yeah.
it's a really important point.
Yeah. Yeah. So that everybody, you know, in the class, you're able to come, you're able to feel free and comfortable with everybody in the class. Yeah, I understand that. So international passport, definitely for you to travel out of Nigeria, you need an international passport, and the university will require that as well. Statement of purpose. Okay, so you want to go and study cybersecurity. Why do you want to study cybersecurity? What's your background interest? Oh, your dad works or has as an IT company. What's your background? Why do you want to study cybersecurity? What's your career aspiration? And you know, how will, for instance, University of Hull be able to guide you through? Why did you choose University of Hull? What did you see about University of Hull to that you want to go and study there? So that is what your statement of purpose should spell out. So it's like an essay. You're writing an essay. You're selling yourself, okay? And also you want the institution to also know that, okay, yes, you have made some research and you know what you want to do. So academic reference letter is next. You will need a reference letter from your previous institution. So if you're going for a master's program, for instance, where you studied your undergraduate degree, you need to get an academic reference from there. So it has to be on the university letterhead. It has to be signed. It has to be signed and stamped. Okay.
Correct. Can I just add something here, Samantha?
Yes, there.
We know that a lot of our Nigerian applicants have been having issues getting transcripts or reference letters, because I realise that some universities and institutions have been closed down.
Yeah.
So we've taken this into account, and we've made a decision that if you can't get a paper copy, if you can have an emailed copy from your university on an official email address, we can accept those.
Okay, so it will be emailed directly to the university.
Yeah, from an official account. It can't be Google or Yahoo.
Yeah.
It has to be at Unilag or at wherever. You know.
Yeah. Well.
So
that'll be tough for some institutions that don't have a website. Because not all the institutions in Nigeria have websites. So because for you to have a work email, it has to be tied to a website, I understand. So it will be difficult for some institutions. So anyway, I'll talk to you about it maybe after the meeting, see what we can do about that. Degree certificate and transcript, yes, master's certificate and transcript if you're going for PhD, and then a research proposal if you're going for a PhD, and a CV for any students, you know, especially if you've been out of school for like 2 years or more, you need to show that, okay, yes, I furthered my studies somewhere, or I worked somewhere and all that. We need to know why the gap in your studies. Travel and accommodation. Okay, you need to sort out your travel, your airline, you need to know the cost, your accommodation cost. And there are different type of accommodations in the UK. There's the catered, so the catered you're being fed. you won't be cooking, you're being fed. There's single rooms, there's shared rooms, there's suite rooms. In suite rooms, you have your own bathroom and everything to yourself. The studio, the same, you have your kitchen and your bathroom to yourself. And then flats, you can decide you want to share a flat with other students. So you have your room where you're sharing the kitchen, you're sharing the bathroom and all that. And then visa, which is very, very important. Before the institution will issue a CAS, that's like an acceptance, a certificate of acceptance, You need to have made a deposit to the school. You need to show that you have enough funding for the rest of your tuition fees and your living expenses. And you need to also meet the English requirements. Any questions? Okay.
Our services include free counseling session for students, admission and visa support, travel and accommodation booking. We charge a minimal processing fee. You can reach us on 08065442707 or email bseducation@life.com. Please visit our website www.bs-education.com. If you are in Abuja, you can visit our office at eStudy Center, Suite 308, third floor of the King's Plaza, opposite NAF Conference Center, Ahmadu Bello Way, Abuja. If you watched this video to the end and you have subscribed and made a comment, you qualify for a 50% discount on processing fee. Send us a screenshot by email to claim your discount. bseducation@life.com. Thank you.